you open to take questions.
Tough football game, but very proud of how my team came out and fought this past weekend against Southern Miss. Great crowd down there, great turnout on both sides. But, we fell a little short. Kept it close like we wanted to at the half. I thought as a football team, as a program, came out in the second half and just couldn't sustain. But very pleased with overall how we fought in that football game.
Coach, coming off of the loss, how have you seen your players kind of get themselves motivated, and what's kind of been the talk you've noticed there inside the locker room?
Yeah, we've been here before. Like if you think about the loss we had after the Grambling loss, when we had that loss, these guys came back in here yesterday and they was ready to work. We got to get ready for Tuskegee this week, and they know what's at stake. WC Gordon Classic. We asked these guys to play at a high level and protect the vet, guard the yard. So they're looking forward to coming back this weekend, playing at home and getting the win.
What do you think some of the challenges are going to be this week?
Like I said, just shaking this loss off. Anytime it's been a long time since we've lost a football game, so we got to put that behind us. But we just got to go out there, get back to the drawing board as coaches and put together a plan for these guys and get them ready to go for this week. I wouldn't say so much as a challenge; it's just the next game on the schedule.
Last week you guys were kind of, I guess, the underdogs, FCS versus FBS.
Mm-hmm.
The FCS team taking on D2. How do you kind of keep your team locked in? I guess it's going to be a little bit easier
Yeah.
for the loss, but just in the grand scheme of things, how do you keep them?
Yeah, great question. Coach James and Tuskegee, they, from watching them on tape, and I know him as a head coach, those guys are going to play hard. They coming in here to beat Jackson State. The last time we played them, if I'm not mistaken, they did beat Jackson State. So we got to be on our A game, no matter if it's an FCS Division II opponent, no matter who the opponent is. Again, everybody wants to beat a Jackson State team. So, we got to come out there and play good football.
Coach,
Sorry.
go ahead, sorry. As you mentioned, getting ready for Tuskegee this weekend, y'all ran for almost 200 yards against USM. Do you see the run game being something like you can lean on towards Tuskegee this weekend?
Yeah, they have some holes out there, some advantages we think we can take control of. We got a very big physical offensive line here. We lean on those guys a lot. We got a great running back room. So, and that's something that we just hang our hat on as a program, running the football. And they've been doing that since last year. We've been running the football at a high level. So we're going to continue to do that. It allows us to protect the quarterback as well when you can go out there and run the football the way we do.
And touch on the fan base. I mean, your fan base every week just shows out, whether it's Southern Miss, whether it's home. Just talk about what you want to say to the fans.
Man, I can't say enough about them. I appreciate them. They gonna show up and show out, what I call it. They're our toughest critic. When they let us know about a loss, but then they're happy when we win. And but I can't say enough about the support. Because when I looked up there in the stands, it was a lot more blue and white than that Southern Miss color down there. And but whether we on the road or we at home, they're going to be there for us. And those players, they really thrive off that energy we get from the fans. So I love our fans here.
You also successfully created a lot of pressure on the defensive line last week.
Yes.
What have you seen from those guys?
Yeah. Yeah, they're playing at a high level, on the defensive side of the football. Those are one of the high points of our football team right now is the defensive line. And then I always preach to them. I talk to them all the time. If we can win in the trenches, we're going to have an opportunity to win football games. And it was a good gauge, a good test for them to go up against an FBS opponent and be able to go out there and compete, and slow the run down like they did this past weekend. So, we're going to need them going down the stretch of these next 10 games left on the schedule. They know they have to play at a high level with a sense of physicality and create turnovers.
Anything else? All right.
All right, thank y'all.